welcome to another green marble crochet tutorial. For this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple, hopefully very quick to make, hooded mini singlet beach dress. And this one's going to be just like a summer transitioning into autumn dress that you can wear if it's slightly cool, slightly warm, but it'll be very nice. I'm going to be making it in the cotton, the same cotton I used for the mini singlet tutorial. So I'll show you the label when we get started, but yeah, it's in a different colour actually. I'll show it to you. It's in this colour. Yeah, pretty sort of magenta, light magenta pink colour. So yeah, it's going to be really pretty. Also, I'm going to be adding my other bit of, maybe, I'm not sure yet, I might add my other bit of lace to the hood of this dress, just because I love using lace now. Yeah. I promise I won't use it all the time, but it could happen a fair bit. Anyway, aside from that, I'm very happy and very excited today because I finally received something in the mail that I've been waiting to be able to get for a very long time. And now, thank you so much to my patrons, I've been able to get this. And I'm so excited for what I'm going to make. It's like a dream come true. It really is for me, Yes, I'm very excited. And also, because I got it today, I haven't opened it yet, so I thought it'd be really great if I could just, do an unboxing, unpackaging thing and open this here with you now. So yes, I'm going to grab my scissors and we're going to open this together. And I'm going to be really careful and try not to, cut into what's in here. So yes, this is the package, and I'm so excited to be doing this. Oh my god. Okay, yes, like I said, try not to cut into the thing. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, this is very exciting. Wow, oh my god. Oh my god, it comes in a beautiful bag as well. That's so exciting. Okay, so I've been wanting to get this for a very long time, this particular yarn. I fell in love with it when I saw it, I think I saw it on Instagram, because I follow the brand on Instagram, and yes, so I searched around for this. Oh my god, it comes in a beautiful bag. I think I got this from, where did I get this from? This was from Wool Warehouse in England. So that's where this came from, but oh my god, and I got 3 skeins because, oh my god, it is the Shawl in a Ball Prism yarn, metallic prism, one of the metallic ones. Oh god, and it's just as beautiful in person. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Okay, yes, well, that's certainly made my day, and probably the rest of my year. Oh my god, it's beautiful. So yeah, I got 3 skeins of this. That possibly could even be too much for what I want to make, but you can never have enough of what you love. Yeah. And so I've got the 3, and maybe I'll just keep one and, gaze fondly at it for the rest of my life. Yeah, I'm so glad you were here to share this and experience this with me. Anyway, yeah, so it's really great. I can't wait till, I make the tutorial with the thing that I'm going to make with this. It's going to be really beautiful. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. But we should just right now get into the mini singlet beach dress that we're going to make. Hooded mini. Also, yes. So, listen, I need to tell you that I'm already in the process of making the hood. And I do that because I have a hood tutorial. Actually, I have 2 hood tutorials. One of them is for a hooded cowl, which I actually would suggest that you watch instead of the hood tutorial, because this one it's got more increases, so it's more like the hooded cowl. So if you watch that one, you'll be better able to make this particular hood. So this is the hood that I'm going to start on. Once I'm finished that, I'm going to start the tutorial, and we're just going to go straight off the hood, work straight into the body. Anyway, don't really get to it. I'm very excited. I'm gonna just, Alright, let's just get straight into making this dress. Alright, now to begin, I'm going to be using my 3mm hook for this one. So this one. And this is the yarn that I'll be using. So it's the same as the mini singlet that I did. It's Mondial, and I'm going to quickly show you the specifications, the tiny details. So I'll just show you all the different bits of the label, and you can pause the video if you need to have a little more time to look at it. So this is what we've got. So yeah, it's recommending that I use a 3.5 or a 4mm hook, but for this one I'm finding that the 3mm is better, just for this design that I'm making. So there's that. It's 100% cotton, 50 grams, Mondial from Italy. So yeah, like I said, just pause the video if you need to have more time to look at that. But we're just going to jump straight in. So I need to let you know right away that, so because I've made the hood, I don't know, seems a little small, because what I did, because I'm using the small 3mm hook with this yarn, which is quite fine, but I've done the hood based off the original hood tutorial that I made, so which is, you know, using a 6mm hook with a much thicker yarn. So that's a much bigger hood, obviously. This has turned out quite small, but, and I'm not sure if I'm going to need to make it, you know, longer or not, which would require me doing a couple of extra rows of double crochet on the ends, like we're going to do now. I'm going to see how it goes without doing that, because it's still a cute little hood. You'll see what I mean now. So here we are, I've made the hood. And this is what my hood looks like. Yes, hang on a second. That's what it looks like. Yeah, like that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to work on attaching the singlet. So we're crocheting the singlet straight into the hood. And to do that, what we do is working straight from our last stitch of the hood, we are turning this way to the row ends. And I think I've done about 50 row ends. So from the middle of the hood, there'll be 25 on each side of the middle of the hood, 25 row ends of double crochet. And I put 2 double crochets into each row end, so there should be 100 spaces to work with. Now, for the mini singlet, I did 130 stitches. So this is going to be obviously the back 100, and then there's going to be 30 across the front. So to begin with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up 2, and then we're going to be putting 2 double crochets straight into the first row end. And I always like to say there's like very clear spaces where you can put your double crochets into those row ends. So you see there's that one space, there's the next space. Then moving on to the next row end just there, you've got your space just there, and your space next to it, which is just in there. And you're going to do this along the entire bottom of the hood. So that's what you're going to be doing into all your row ends, putting 2 double crochets into each row end until you get to the end. Then we're going to meet back up, and we're going to talk about what to do from there. But I'm going to talk to you now about what we're doing, because obviously I'm going to be needing 130 stitches. So I think what I'm going to do when I get to the end is I'm going to chain the extra 30 and then attach it. But we'll get to it when we get there. So yes, I'm going to be putting my 2 double crochets into each row end until I get to the other side of the hood. And we'll meet up at that stage, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do at that point. Alright, now here I am at the other end, and I've put all my double crochets into those row ends. So as you can see, all into those row ends, all the way to the other end, and there's 100 of those. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 30. So chain stitch, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to chain 30. All Alright, now here I am, and I've chained my 30. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the other end, where we first started to put those double crochets into the row ends, and we're going to join this. We're going to join this to close the round. So how we're going to do that is we're going to slip stitch straight from that chain into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning of the round where we first started. So there's that chain 2 just on the side there. Be careful not to get that confused with that first double crochet. So there's that top of that chain 2, which is just there. I'm going to slip stitch into that just like that to close the round. So as you can see, this is going to be a side seam, and the seam is going to be sort of at the front. Where is it going to be? Yeah, so it's going to be at the front of the left, or yeah, the front of the left shoulder. So that's where this seam is going to be. But that's okay, because, you know, it's not really that visible. Alright, so from here, what we do is we chain up 2, and we turn the work. We're going to be putting double crochets back into those 30 chains that we've just done. So what I like to do is, so that the braided side of the chain is facing outwards when you've gone and put your stitches into it, you yarn over and you turn it over, and you see there's a bump just on the back there. So you're going to be putting your double crochets into the back bump of the chain. So I'm going to show you that again. So there's the V on the top. You're going to turn it over, and there's that bump just on the back. So I'm going to go away, and I'm going to, hang on, I'll show you how to do this. That can be quite tight. So what I do is, if it's too tight, I grab a really tiny hook, and I use that to go into that back bump, because sometimes it can be a little tight, but it's usually only the first one that's tight, so you don't need to worry too much. Oof, that might not even be small enough. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. So just in like that, yarn over, pull through, and that's how you're going to go. You're going to go into those back bumps all the way along till you get to the double crochets at the end of this chain. Just there. So yeah, I'll just show you again where that is. So it's just there. Like I said, not the V on top, but the bump on the back. So yeah, put those in, and we'll meet back up when we've done those, and we'll talk about where to go from there. Okay, here I am. So I've put my 30 double crochets into that chain, and now I'm just going to be moving straight into the stitches at the bottom of the hood, so straight into those double crochets. So we're putting those remaining 100 double crochets till the end of the round. So once we get to the end of the round, we can meet back up again, and we're going to talk about what to do next. Alright, see you soon. Alright, now here I am at the end of the round, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close the round. Oh, I have one more stitch to go, so there's my last double crochet. Now to finish up the round, we just slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning, like the previous round. Just slip stitching into the top of that chain 2 to close the round. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to chain up 2 and turn the work, and we're going to be putting double crochets into every stitch around. But what we do is we don't put our first double crochet into that stitch directly beneath the chain 2. So see, there's the chain 2, and there's that stitch directly beneath it. We're not going to put our first double crochet into that, we're going to put it into the next stitch along. And the reason we do that is because we're going to be putting our last stitch into that joining stitch just there. So that's going to be your last stitch. So for me there's 130 double crochets. We're going to be doing that. And then once you get to the end of this round, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 to close the round, chain up another 2 and turn the work. And then just repeat the process. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing 5 rounds of this. So this is going to be for the shoulders, for the sleeves. And I'm going to be doing 5 rounds as opposed to the mini singlet that I did before, which was only 3 rounds before I divided up the stitches into the armholes. But for this one, I'm going to be doing 5. So from the hood, 5 rounds. So 1, 2, we've already done 2. This is going to be round 3. So that's what we're going to be doing. And yes, just do that until you've completed your 5 rounds. And then once you've completed those, we are going to meet back up again. And I'll show you where to go from there. Also, I just want to mention, like, if your stitch count is different, this is going to be an easy one to modify, but you're going to have to do it so that the hood sort of matches up at a place where it's going to, you know, not be skew-if when you go to put the stitches in. Actually, maybe that's something I should think about. Yeah, okay, no, we're not going to talk about that now. This is the size that I'm doing it at for this tutorial. It's just that with the mini singlet, that was really easy to modify for size. You just had to make sure that you could divide it up into quarters, or as close to quarters as you possibly could. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. If you can work with that on this and do a different size, then that's fantastic. Basically the singlet has got to be a stitch count that, if you chained that stitch count, would wrap around your upper chest and just beneath your arms and sort of sit comfortably. So that's what that would have to be. Alright, look, I'm just going to stop babbling now and I'm going to let you get to it. I'm going to get to it. And once we've done our 5 rounds, like I said, we're going to meet back up again and we're going to talk about dividing up the stitch count and doing the armholes. Yes, see you soon. Sorry, I just wanted to mention quickly, it's not 5 rounds from the stitches that you did at the hood. So those beginning stitches, you're not going to add that to the 5 rounds of the straps, sleeve straps. So it's this plus another 5. So this is like this foundation round, which wasn't really even a round. And then it's going to be 5 rounds from the chain. So that chain of 30 that you did, that's 1. This is obviously 2, and so on. So yeah, you're going to be doing that. So I just wanted to quickly mention that. So, alright, see you soon.